All right, so the other day I started trying to figure out what's the primary idea of this game, right? And I think I reached a reasonable conclusion in that the whole purpose of this town, based on what I've learned about this game, the interconnectedness of all of the elements and the intricacies and complexity of this game, is that you're supposed to establish a town that's functioning at an optimal economic level, right? And I realized that my town is not doing that because my offline income, I feel like, is just insignificant, especially when I look at my town in comparison to other towns, other players' towns. Like if you go to your mayor and then go to Sean, you will see where you're at. And I'm so low that I am literally unranked. So I started comparing my numbers to the top players, and you see my Sean is, and I'll get back to Sean, but my Sean is at 557. Look at the bottom of the screen. And then hers is at 36. Theirs are at like 3,500. Now, in order to increase the Sean level, that basically increases and decreases. I don't know if it technically decreases, but it increases based on outfit, facial features, outfits, and et cetera, et cetera. So depending on the outfits and the wardrobe pieces that you select, you earn Sean points. So if I were, like, for example, my little one, my mayor's headband with the little feathers and a star, which I think is so cute. And it looks like it's made of like rope, or it has like this rope-like element to create the crown that sits on her head. That's 20 Sean points. And again, each piece comes with its own amount of points. Exit directly. And that's how you create your Sean. So right now, I think as of right now, I've unlocked quite a few pieces, but none of them that I like so far. So I haven't really, she's much different than the raggedy mess that she was probably in my last video, because I feel like she's coming along. I feel like I don't even really know what I'm trying to do with her. I just want her to kind of look like and feel like this mystical being. And so, yeah, I love that color of hair. So, yes, and her complexion, yes, it's just giving goddess. It's giving goddess. All right, so another thing is, let me see. All right, so I was talking about the intricacies and the interconnectedness of this game and how everything matters, right? In order for you to establish a town that is just functioning at an optimal level economically, of course, right? So even these little pieces that you decorate your city with, like if you go to collectibles and you tap on, let's say, the first item, you see that the fact that I placed this item in my town, it provided a bonus to my town for a tax increase from 3% to 3.5%, and the mayor's reputation from 3,000 to 6,000. And that's only at level 1. So the more you play, the more reward, town or city pieces that you win and you decor with, it offers an incentive of more bonuses in order for your town to just generate more economic power, right? I need to get my town to a point where I feel like every time I'm logging in, I'm logging into a couple $100 billion, because a couple $100 billion is still not enough to be able to upgrade everything. I did, however, successfully upgrade some of my buildings to max level. So max level for the buildings, for the public buildings and the residences, I think it's 15 if I'm not mistaken. Let me check. Hold on. Let me go to one of my buildings. Hold on. Let me see. Where are my buildings? Okay. So I think this building has been max. So if I tap on any of these things at the bottom, I can't upgrade this building anymore. It's at level 15. That's how high it goes. The same thing with residences, but it's funny with the residences because let me show you guys. When you reach level 15, you have this kind of it looks like Santa Claus's studio apartment. But I think right before that, level 13, level 14, it looks like Dracula's den. And then you have, because I have my town decorated with all these pieces because of the bonus increases that it brings to the town, like a tax increase, experience point increase, income increases. My town is a hot mess. It just looks like a candy shop. Like, it looks like an amusement park. But hey, if it's going to allow my city to generate maximum income, then that's exactly what we're going to have to do. Right now, there's another element to this game that I want to get to in another video, which is this new game part. They added some new into games, if that makes sense. And I can't, man, I'm so tired of these radishes. I've been planting radishes for 2 days trying to get. So you go to Crap Pot at the bottom and you see, man, you get rewards. Like, look how much money. I don't even know. Like, my brain has to slow down and place commas to figure out. And if I place a comment, it's $123 million that I'll receive if I could get these other 2 radishes. And it's the same thing for the next one, right? And this, if you complete this, the Napa cabbage set, you'll get 100 precious gems. And let me tell you guys, the precious gems are precious, okay? And 1 of 8, girl. So basically you need to, and I'll get into this more in another video. Basically, you need to plant these seeds in order to grow fruit. Like, for example, if I plant the pineapple and then I can tap on it and then use magical, I guess, magic in order to manipulate the mutation of that fruit or whatever it is that I'm trying to plant. Like, for example, for evolution rate of 10%, I can use this one. But I still don't know what's going to come out, and try this 100 times. And it doesn't mutate into the item that I'm specifically looking for. So what I try to do now is I've tried to, like, mix the magic. It's a whole bunch of, like, alchemy happening here in order to get the damn evolution process, to manipulate the evolution process of the fruit that you're trying to grow. So that I can then get these kind of fancier pieces. Like, for example, you go to the watermelon, you can see different kind of watermelons, different colors, different sizes, excuse me, etc., etc. When I tap on this, and I'm right here, it says Evo rate 10%, Evo rate 20%, Evo rate 40%. Now, I'm assuming that Evo means, I'm just deducing from the whole process. Like, I'm assuming that means, like, no, I'm not assuming. I'm presuming that means evolution. If you know anything about evolution is basically a natural process of mutation of species in order to help that species survive its environment. It gives it, it's a whole process that I don't feel like getting into, but there's a whole lot of things that happens in, like, speciation. If you don't know anything about that, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Read up on it. So yeah, that's the whole point of this thing, is to get these fruit pieces to mutate in order to grow one of these, like, mystical fruits or whatever. And the reward, not only do you get individual rewards, but you also, at the end, you can get this reward here. And this piece, I mean, I don't really want my Amelia looking like a fairy, but I'm pretty sure, like, it's called Sprite Glimmer. She's looking like a whole jungle furry to me. Like, I feel like, yeah, like, no, maybe the hair I would probably consider, but nothing really else. And maybe the headband I kind of like, but yeah, you'll get all these pieces from the hair to the eyes to the wings and the fluttering and the glitteriness and all of that extra stuff. So yeah. But more than anything else, I'm looking for those individual rewards, honey. And then, of course, you have a collective reward at the top if you get all 64 pieces. And if you tap on the gift box, you'll see it's 500 precious gems. And then it's the outfit, which I really don't give a damn about. But trying to figure out how to mutate these things, I'm still learning this game. And I'm trying to figure out, like, for example, I will plant 3 cabbages, right? And then for one of them, I will speed it up at 10%. And then the second one, I'll speed it up at, I'll tap it, and I'll spend 5 precious gems in order to for an evolution rate at 20%, etc., etc. I'm hoping that y'all get the point of it. I'll get into that in another video. Another thing that I wanted to tell you guys is that another way to increase your town's level is by, oh, let me go to citizens tab. Unfortunately, for some weird reason, it's so weird that ascension is literally not an option to increase like the town's level, which I think is weird because the whole point of leveling up and getting them to the point of like expert level in their field, I feel like ascension should be included in that, but so far I have not seen that ascension translate into an increased town level, which is really silly. But anyway, go to fellow citizen and your children. When you increase the crib level, let me see. If I go to house right here, he's at 2. I'm not spending right now 100 gems for that crib level to go to 3 because they can turn into a whole child without that. But I also want to get into something else about the update in this. I don't know if it's the case, but I'm assuming it is. So if you want to increase your levels, go to your little ones and the little ones who have children and increase the crib level. Every time you increase the crib level, your town will increase another point. So I was playing around with the whole thing of contacting a kid and having a kid come back home, but my kid never comes back to the town, and maybe I don't stay on the game long enough. And I'm wondering if because if the child needs to come home and you haven't upgraded the crib to like, maybe you can upgrade it to an additional bed where the kid can come back home and stay. I'm not sure how that works, but I was wondering that maybe that's why I never really see the kid when he comes back home, because wherever he lives at, the crib level, the quote unquote crib level, has not been upgraded to a point where it's a bed and he can stay. Just a thought. I have no idea if it's relevant or if it's possible, if that's the way it works at all. But anyway, that's it for now. I'm just gonna, yeah, that's it for now. Why the baby is crying? First of all, how the baby crawled and then teleported to the top of the bed? He goes out, he comes back in, he goes back to the toilet. Oh, God, these little ones are so weird. But anyway, that's it for now. Later. See you guys in the next video.